What's up guys, it's Sports with AJ here. So today's video is my mock draft after all those trades that happened. Let's not waste any time, let's get right into it. First overall, the Jaguars, I think they have to go with Evan Neal. It's either him or Aiden Hutchinson. Yes, I know they got Brandon Scherf now. He's a guard supposedly on ESPN. He still needs tackle. Evan Neal's a tackle. Aiden Hutchinson at 2. I don't know what the Lions go with if it's not Aiden Hutchinson at 2. If he's at 1 or if they just choose to not draft him. I think that's the perfect fit. Texans at 3. I think you go with the most logical position, which is offensive line, because you probably don't get an offensive lineman with the talent that Ikem Ekwonu has. And you can probably pick any other position later in the draft. Number 4, Kayvon Thibodeau. I think if you're the Jets here, you're just going to say go best position available because you can't get a Ikem Ekwonu. I don't think you go Derek Stingley if Kayvon Thibodeau is available. The Giants, you're probably hoping you have Kyle Hamilton and Kayvon Thibodeau available. I'm going to go Charles Cross. He had an amazing pro day. And just the O-line, top O-linemen just fall down. They're not as good as the top 3 offensive tackles in this class, which are Cross, Quan, and Neal. I don't think you could get that value outside of the top 5. You gotta go with him. At 6, kind of controversial, because I personally think Sam Howell's QB1, and I can make a video on that. I think Sam Howell's QB1. I think it just at 6, it has to be a QB spot. I just can't see the Panthers doing something that isn't a QB. I want to see what the Panthers do in this class. At 7, the Giants lost. They didn't lose. They cut Logan Ryan and signed with the Buccaneers. So with that in mind, Kyle Hamilton, he's a blue chip prospect. He fits a position in need at this point. I've been really wanting Kyle Hamilton to the Giants for a long time, and now it just makes sense. I think he might just have to go to the Giants at 7. At 8, David Ojabo. Again, that's just preference. I mean, all these edge rushers here are great. I do think that Ojabo has the highest ceiling. Either him or Trayvon Walker, who I have going at 13. I'll explain that in a second. I think Trayvon Walker's amazing. I think him or Ojabo are perfect fits for the Falcons. They did sign Casey Hayward. I don't think there's many linemen available, so the position that need at this point is either QB or edge. I just can't see them taking a QB at 8. With signing Mariota, I think they probably tank this season. The Seahawks, I think they could go best available. Either that or QB. I think this could be a QB spot. I'm not sure what the Seahawks do here. I think if I were the Seahawks, I would just go best available, and that's their instinct. The Jets at 10. Garrett Wilson, it has to be a receiver spot. There's no lineman that really deserving of a top 10 pick right now. At least to me. And I think Garrett Wilson really provides value to a receiving core that really isn't that great. At number 11, like I said, I don't think there's a lineman that should be in the top 10 at this point. Tyler Linderbaum, I'm not going to say he's not deserving of a top 10 pick. I just don't think he has the factor of playing at week 1 as the starter versus a guy like Charles Cross, a guy like Ikem Ekwonu, a guy like Evan Neal. But there isn't many other positions Washington could go. They already got Carson Wentz, which I did not like that trade. I guess receiver, maybe Jameson Williams. I don't think they will go receiver. They could go defense. I just can't see many corners or safeties unless you go Mont Gardner. And maybe edge. I just think they have enough edge rushers, so there's not many other positions that are available. So I think you have to go with Tyler Linderbaum at that point. At 12, maybe a steal, Mont Gardner. Vikings, they need a corner. They don't really need anything else besides corner. This is a perfect fit. The Texans, they get a great pick. Trayvon Walker, amazing pro day. He might be raw, but his ceiling is just so huge. His intangibles, his measurables are very good. I think if you're the Texans here, you're very happy with this pick, which is why you don't go Thibodeau at 3. You're not going to get an O-line like Kim McQuan at 13. Ravens at 14. Now, this is where you could maybe go a lot of different ways. The Ravens really improved they're really trying to improve this offseason. I don't remember, but I know a couple of signings. I know they didn't get Zadarius Smith because the Vikings signed him. Yeah, but the Ravens are a good team. I don't think they will be awful next season. I think they probably are third in their division next season. Yeah, they're healthy. I really do think this division is going to be very good. Yeah, they're healthy, but it's like their offense isn't great. The O-line still needs work. I think you probably go receiver like you did last season. I mean, I think Jameson Williams has to be a pick here. He didn't go at number 10. I think he has to go at number 14. The Eagles. Now, I'm not a big fan of the Eagles because I'm a Giants fan. That's not really the reason. I just don't think they're a great team right now. If I'm the Eagles, I think you have a lot of positions that could be upgraded at this point. Like, receiver could always use an upgrade. O-line, but there's not many O-linemen available at this point. Defense, I could see them going. If I'm them, I go Nakobe Dean. It's because of his ceiling is pretty high. And they need linebackers. I think the Eagles don't usually go linebackers. This is mostly what I would do if I were the team. The Eagles again at 16. I think you go Drake London here. He's a great receiver. He probably is the best available. You're not going QB. I'm not a big fan of Jermaine Johnson in the top 15, 16 picks. I think that's fair. Chargers. The Chargers are a good team. They don't really need much at this point. I think they might be the AFC West favorites. They could use O-line help a little bit, maybe, because they lost Bulaga. I mean, Bulaga's not very good, but they released Bulaga. So they could go Trevor Penning. I just don't think that's a great pick, because I don't think he's a top 20 pick. If I'm them, I could probably afford to go receiver. Salave is just so good. He is so good. I think he showed it at the combine and stuff. He really elevated his stock to me. I think he has to go in the top 20. Saints here. The Saints could go a lot of directions. I mean, you always go QB Malik Willis, or Kenny Pickett for that matter. But I just don't think they would do that, because I feel like this team, I mean, they could, but they signed Winston. It doesn't seem like they want to do that. They want to build around the core they have. In that case, I mean, they lost Marcus Williams, didn't they? The Saints have an interesting roster at this point. They lost Armstead. They could go corner. I think you're probably going whatever position is available at this point. I'd go probably Andrew Booth Jr. Corner's a position of need. They could also go receiver, but I just don't think that's a great pick at this point. So I think you go Andrew Booth. At 19, the Eagles are on the clock again. I think you go Trevor Penning. I said he wasn't a top 20 pick. I mean, I don't know. It's a very weird pick here because I just don't really see the ceiling. I mean, I see the ceiling. I just don't think he's top 15 pick. But Eagles taking him at 19, I think it's fair, as they need that position. Steelers, I think this is a very interesting spot. You have to go Kenny Pickett. I just doubt Kenny Pickett's going to be at number 20. He's probably a top 15 pick, but if Kenny Pickett's at 20, man, the Steelers get a very good QB to back up Mitch Trubisky, and probably it's going to start over Mitch Trubisky next season, later in the season. The Pats, they've had a weird offseason. But that's all I really can say about the Pats. I'm going to go Kenyon Green. Kenyon Green is a fine alignment. He's probably not a first-round pick. I mean, I see the upside of Kenyon Green. I just don't think he should go in the first round at this point. But, I mean, the Patriots don't really have many. They have a lot of positions that they need. They need O-line. They need receiver help. They need corners. They have, like, no corners. They could even go edge. I don't think they should. The Patriots are in a weird situation right now. The Packers are in a very weird situation. I don't know where you go here if you're the Packers. I think you might have to go best available, and in my opinion, Jermaine Johnson is the best available. I think Jermaine Johnson's a fine edge rusher. I just don't think he has... Like, if you're in the first round, you're probably picking a guy with a huge ceiling. And I don't think Jermaine Johnson fits that bill. Jermaine Johnson does not have a great ceiling. But Jermaine Johnson can probably be good enough for the Packers to start him. So I think he's probably going to reach his ceiling when he first plays the snap. Cardinals, I think they go, there's probably only situations corner, and I think Roger McCreary might be the best corner available. Roger McCreary did good at Auburn. I think you'd probably go with that. I don't like Trent McDuffie. He's pretty slow, and I think Kyrie Elam's stock fell a lot for me to pick him in the top 25, maybe even first round in general. We'll see. The Cowboys, they have a lot that they need help with. Cowboys lost a lot of players. I think you probably go defense here. That's debatable, you know. Like, they could go O-line. They kind of lost a lot on they kind of don't really have that strong O-line they had before. But you have DeMarcus Lawrence, Dante Fowler Jr. They're gonna eventually get old. I'd go George Karlaftis. I don't love his ceiling, but hey, I see the value at 24. I'll take it if I'm the Cowboys. The Bills here, Kyrie Elam, like I said, his stock fell. I mean, they could go receiver, they could go line. There's a lot of situations they could go. They probably should have gone Zion Johnson, but I'm gonna go Kyrie Elam. Titans, Boye Mafe, Ebiketie. I would go Myjai Sanders from them, because to me, Sanders has the upside you need, but I think the Titans don't need much because of the division they're in at this point. The Bucks here could go Devin Lloyd. Devin Lloyd is a great pick at 27. Could probably put him in the secondary and as a blitz linebacker. He's not a blitz linebacker, but you could put him in coverage more than other linebackers in this class. The Packers, I think you probably go Treylon Burks. He has the ceiling, like I said. A lot of guys have a high ceiling. This guy has just insane measurables. You just have to pick him. Chiefs here, I think you might have to go wide receiver. It's insane to say. I'm going to go Sky Moore. I think Sky Moore is a great pick. He has great potential. Chiefs again. Trent McDuffie, Bengals, Zion Johnson, and then Jahan Dotson. I'll see you guys in the next.